Hi students, how are you? Hope you are doing good and well. Welcome to Supnit's classes. This is Rahmat Latif and today we are going to learn chapter 5 topics of chapter 1st of 12th standard, that is reproduction in organisms. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, we will see what lifespan is. Lifespan is nothing but the period from birth to natural death of an organism. I will make it more simpler. As we all know, when our mother gives birth to us, we are very small in size, right? Very small. And eventually we start growing. We start moving ahead in our lives. And finally, death would take place one day, okay? And this whole process from from birth to natural death is known as lifespan. As you might know that every organism has to face death, be that today, be that tomorrow or 100 years after the date, but everybody has to face the death, right? Nobody in this planet is immortal except single-celled organisms. That is, no natural death took place inside them. Why I am saying so? See, you might have heard about unicellular or single-celled organisms. Unicellular organisms means organisms which are made by single cell only, okay? Say for example, this is a unicellular organism made up of one cell. What would happen? Division would take place in this unicellular organism and usually binary fission took place. Binary fission simply means binary fission. Fission means division, bi means two. That means division. An organism is dividing into two progenies. That means this unicellular organism will give rise to its two progenies or offsprings like this. Okay, two progenies are formed by single cell. Now you might have idea that the genetic material present in this unicellular organism gets transferred in this and this progeny, okay? Similarly, these two will in them individually binary fission will took place, division will took place. These two will give rise to four such progenies, and these four will give rise to 8 more progenies. These will give rise to 16 and then 32 and so on and so forth. So you can get a rough idea that these organisms, what happens in these organisms, basically unicellular organisms, they are dividing, okay? That means their genetic material is getting passed into their into their progenies as it is. So no natural death is taking place inside them because they are transferring their genetic material to progeny as it is. That's why their progeny is known as clones. CLONES. Clones simply means organisms which are morphologically and genetically similar to their parents and to their siblings as well. I hope this concept is clear. Why doesn't natural death took place in single celled organisms? Okay, moving ahead again towards lifespan. As I already said, lifespan simply means period from birth to the natural death of an organism. Now what is basically what would be the average lifespan of each and every organism? See, that doesn't depend upon the size of the organism. if I will give you an example of crow and parrot, another example I will give you of mango tree and people tree. Okay, if we will talk about first example, crow and parrot are almost similar in size. They are similar in size. But what happens? See, there is a huge difference between the lifespan of crow and lifespan of parrot. How? Lifespan of crow is 15 years only. And talking about parrot, its lifespan is 140 years. Okay. Similarly, talking about mango tree and people tree, they are also similar in size. But average lifespan of mango tree is 300 years approximately, 300 to 600 years, and talking about people tree, it's 900 to 1500 years approximately. Otherwise their size is almost similar. Both of them are almost similar. Sizes is similar. Size of crow and parrot is also similar. Okay, but what happens, where the difference lies? Difference lies in their lifespan. See, there is huge difference between their lifespans. Okay, so we can say that through size we can't depict the lifespan of organism. Okay, they might be similar in size, but there is huge difference in their lifespans. I hope this concept is clear. Yes students, you can make notes, you guys can make notes along with the lecture. Like you can pause the video and make the notes at the time of lecture. Okay, it's that would be hectic if you will see lecture then you will start making notes. No, just see, you guys are if you guys are clear with this concept what lifespan is, you can pause the video and start making notes. And here you can see in my PPT you will get the notes. Okay, you will get the notes. See, here you can see that notes are present. Okay, and the additional points I am saying you can write that in your notebooks as per you. Okay, moving towards our next topic, that is reproduction. What reproduction is? Please remember first point, which is very important, that reproduction is a biological process. Reproduction, it is a biological process. What is reproduction now? Reproduction simply means, as I said, first point that you should remember that reproduction is a biological process. What happens in this biological process? In this reproduction, in this biological process, an organism give rise to young ones. Okay, which we call as offspring. And you might have noticed it in yourselves that we usually are similar to our parents, right? We just look like them. Not wholly and solely, but some features inside us or morphologically we can say we just look like parents. Say for example, any student among you might have your eyes like your mother and nose like your father, or vice versa, and so many features we just resemble them with our parents. Okay, that is because of reproduction. In reproduction, genetic material is passed on to their offsprings through which they look like their parents little bit, not wholly and solely. Okay, so reproduction is basically a biological process. Reproduction is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young one's offspring similar to itself. And what happens? This organism, our parents give birth to us. These are our parents, these are us. Our parents gives birth to us. After some years, some decades, we will give birth to our young ones. and after some decades they will give rise to their young ones. So can't we say that reproduction is a continuous process? Reproduction is a continuous process. Why should it be continuous process? Okay, why can't we stop it at some generation? We can't stop it, because if we will stop this process now, our generation would not be able to reproduce anymore, and no more generations would be added present population. That's why reproduction is a continuous process. It means that it enables us to continue species. It helps us in species continuity. I hope this concept is clear. See, the offspring grow, mature, and in turn produce new offspring. Thus there is a cycle of birth, death and growth. Moreover, reproduction enables the continuity of species generation after generation, as I already said. Okay, moving towards our next topic, that is, we have two types of reproduction. First one is asexual reproduction, and another one is sexual reproduction. See what is asexual reproduction and what is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction simply means that there is no fertilization taking place between two parents. In asexual reproduction, you will mostly see single parent involved. Okay, that too, this reproduction will take place either in the presence of gametes, I mean with gametes, with gamete formation, or without gamete formation. This is asexual reproduction. I will try to make it more simpler. Okay, see, asexual reproduction. This is, say for example, a unicellular organism. Unicellular organism. Uni simply means one, cellular means made up of cell. That means this is the organism we also call as single celled organism, because these organisms have only one cell inside their body. Okay, I mean they are made up of single cell only. What will happen in asexual reproduction? Only single parent is involved, and in this organism or cell, division would take place like this. It will give rise to two more progenies. See, they are happy. And here the genetic material is being passed to these progenies. Okay, what would happen to them now? They will produce more 4 progenies. How will they produce 4 progenies? Here 2 divisions will take place. One in this, another one in this. This will produce 2 more, this will produce 2 more. I hope this concept is clear. These 4 will give rise to 8 more progenies. They will give rise to 16 more. These 16 will give rise to more 32, and the process would be continuous. Okay, now you will see in this asexual reproduction, only single parent is involved. There is no another parent involved. That's why we call it as asexual reproduction. Okay, now we will see what sexual reproduction is. I will erase it. I'm again saying that please make notes. It's not like you will see the lecture and that's it. No, I am supposed to make I'm supposed and expecting at the same time from you guys to make notes of these lectures separately. Please, it's my humble request. Now we will see what sexual reproduction is. Sexual reproduction simply means when two parents would be involved in reproduction, we will call that reproduction as sexual reproduction. And in sexual reproduction we have parents of two opposite gender. That is, one would be male and another one would be female. Male will produce male gamete, female will produce female gamete. Male gamete is known as sperm and female gamete is known as ovum. Both of them will fuse. When male will get in contact with female, okay, there would insemination would take place. That is, male will deposit his semen or sperms into the female genital tract vagina, where fusion will take place. Fusion of ovum and sperm would take place. Fusion would take place and there would be the formation of zygote and offspring. Okay. We will learn this sexual reproduction in detail in our third chapter of this 12th standard, that is human reproduction. But I am trying to give you a rough idea what asexual reproduction is, what sexual reproduction is. See, here I mentioned that there are two types of reproduction. First one is asexual reproduction and another one is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is the reproduction when offspring is produced by single parent. Please remember, only single parent is involved, that too with or without the involvement of gamete formation. Okay. Another one is sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. Two parents of opposite sex are involved in reproductive process, and it involves the fusion of male and female gamete. We call that as sexual reproduction, and as I said, male gamete is known as sperm and female gamete is known as ovum. Once the fusion of them would take place, they will lead to formation of zygote, which will get further developed into fully organized organism. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. We will do a flashback of whole. Okay, first of all, we saw what lifespan is. Lifespan is nothing but the period from birth to the natural death of an organism. And please remember that whatever be the lifespan, death of every individual organism is certainty. That means each and everyone has to face death except single-celled organisms. That means they are immortal, and that you have to remember that lifespan of organisms are not necessarily correlated with their sizes. As I gave you the example of crow and parrot, they are similar in size, but their lifespan, there is a huge difference in their lifespans. Okay, please remember. Another example I gave you of peepal tree and mango tree. And then we saw what reproduction is. Reproduction is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones. Okay, and moreover we saw that reproduction enables the continuity of species generation after generation. Then we saw there are two types of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means when offspring is produced by single parent. Please remember, in asexual reproduction, parent involved is single, and in sexual reproduction 2 parents are involved, that too of opposite sex. In asexual reproduction, offspring formed would be either with the help of gamete formation or without the help of gamete formation, involvement of gamete formation. And in sexual reproduction, gamete formation and gamete fusion would took place definitely. Okay, in sexual reproduction, we saw that fusion of male and female gametes will took place. Male gamete is known as sperm and female gamete is known as ovum, and they will lead to the formation of zygote. I hope this concept is clear, students. We'll meet you in our next session. Till then, bye bye, take care. But please make sure that you are going to make notes of these lectures, that too separately, so that you won't face any problem, be it in your boards, 11th boards, 12th boards, or in Neet examination. Okay, so please make sure that you will make notes of these lectures separately. Okay, we will meet in next session. Till then, bye bye, take care, Allah Hafiz.